Okay, so here we're going to have an example of what toe CARs look like. So this is going to be extremely important. The toes are actually going to be the first joint in your kinetic chain, especially when you're playing any sports that require you to run, walk, change directions, etc. You want to make sure that you have enough range of motion at the toes to provide you with the amount of force absorption requirements and the amount of force production requirements in the given joints. So what we're going to do, Jose's going to do them bilateral, but if you have trouble starting with both feet at the same time, you can start with just focusing on one foot and build the skill of moving these joints, and then you can move on to doing it bilateral. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off by doing 10 lifts of the big toe only while making sure that he keeps the instep pressed down towards the floor, the outside of the foot, the base of the toes, and the heel. All are going to be points that you want to make sure that aren't tilting. So I actually want you to do a little bit of supination as you go into your first one to see what you shouldn't do. So if you see his the base of his big toe is coming off, you don't want that to happen. You want to make sure that you keep that down. So now go ahead and do them properly. We're going to do 10 lifts of the big toe. Big toe comes up, you hold that, and you go down, making sure that you're controlling every part of the movement. So Jose's got some pretty good dorsiflexion of his big toes. Now we're gonna move on, pretend that he already did 10, we're gonna move on to all of the other toes. So now we're gonna leave the big toe down, pressing down through the big toe, and we're gonna lift all of the other toes as high as we can. And we're gonna do, again, I'm saying 10 as an arbitrary number, but you wanna follow the prescribed amount of reps that are in your program. Okay, let's say Jose already did 10. We also wanna make sure that we do it from all directions. So I'm gonna have him lift all of his toes all the way up, and then now I'm gonna reverse what I did. So now I'm gonna have him and ask him to put his big toe down and do this for repetitions. All right, now let's show the example of the small toes down, leaving the big toe up. Excellent. So again, you want to perform all of these for the amount of reps that are prescribed in your program, or as a daily practice, this would be an incredible thing to do for your feet and toes in general. Another way that we can practice these movements is by lifting up all our toes, and now we want to work each toe individually. We're going to start putting down from the pinky toe, the small toe touches down, then followed by the next toe, and the next toe, and the next toe, as controlled as we can. This might not look as clean as Jose's movement looks for you in the beginning, but just keep practicing and you will eventually find the skill and the neurology to be able to control as much as Jose is.